All right, since 93 Sports back with another one. I wanted to give my thoughts on the rumored purses of Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence Jr.'s upcoming bout. And I want to preface my comments and say that I do know that these are rumored, but I do want to give my thoughts on the situation. It's rumored that Mikey Garcia will receive $3 million to fight, $3 million to face Robert Easter Jr. And he did have a fight with Linares on the table, and supposedly he turned that fight down for a better offer. And this is rumored to be the offer that he turned down that fight for. And also, Errol Spence Jr. is set to receive $3.5 million to face Lamont Peterson. And I just think this is gonna ruffle the feathers of some of the stars of the PBC. Now, in particular, I just see this really ruffling Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia. Of course, there's other stars, Sean Porter, Adrian Broner, and those are just the fighters that just come to mind off the top of my head. And I just really think this is gonna ruffle the feathers. I really believe that the biggest fight that came out of the PBC involved the two biggest fights that came out of the PBC involved Keith Thurman, the Sean Porter fight and the Danny Garcia fight. And Keith Thurman's career high payday has been $2 million, and to pay Mikey Garcia $3 million and Errol Spence Jr. $3.5 million for fights that are subpar, when you really look at it unbiased, I just don't think that's right. And I really think this is gonna rub some of the guys involved with Al Heyman the wrong way. This is gonna make guys come to the table with ridiculous demands, and it's just gonna be bad for business. I do want to say that this is just coming from a place where I want to see the PBC succeed, and I want to see them continue to put on great fights and basically succeed. And I just don't think this is bad. This is good for business to give these guys these kind of money. The kind of money that he's giving these guys. These are almost the kind of money that these guys will receive if they were doing a pay-per-view fight. I just don't see Errol Spence versus Lamont Peterson generating the kind of money to warrant him being paid that, unless this is some sort of investment, or like lock him in with the PBC contractually. I just don't see that fight generating that kind of money unless unless you ain't gonna pay Lamont Peterson. I mean that's the only way I could see, and it's the same way I feel about the Mikey Garcia fight. How can you pay him more money to face Robert Easter Jr. Than you paid for him to face Adrian Broner? And Adrian Broner is going to generate way more money than a Robert Easter Jr. So it really don't make sense. I know they're going to play off of, little brother trying to trying to protect, trying to like protect big brother or something, like he's fighting for valor or something, but that's just not going to cut it. That's not going to warrant that kind of money. Now, I do understand that maybe Al Heyman's making a power move, trying to show these guys that, it's greener on this side, because I know Golden Boy was trying to sign Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. So maybe he's just trying to lock these guys in and basically buy their loyalty, even though I don't believe that loyalty can be paid for. And I just see this bad for business, man. A lot of these fighters are going to be demanding way more money, and I just don't see the money being there, man. I do believe that, you got to invest in your fighters, for them to believe, in you or whatever. But I just don't think this is bad. This is good for business. I don't see them getting the return. Maybe down the line that he'll get the return on these investments, but just, I don't know, man. I think it's a critical time for the PBC, and they got to get out of the hole, man. And I think this is just going to dig them deeper into that hole, and they might not see the returns on his investments, for years to come. I do believe that Errol Spence has a higher ceiling than Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, and the big money makers of the PBC. He could be a superstar, but this is a gamble. And Mikey Garcia as well. I don't see Mikey Garcia ever being like that huge superstar. I believe he'll reach the same, stardom that Andre Ward received, and he'll probably stay there. But make sure y'all give me y'all thoughts, man. How do y'all feel on this move, man? But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified when all my latest content drops. And I'm out.